West Side Gun.
What you said 90s music? I'm trying to figure out where he going with that.
No,
It look like I'm getting slapped all upside the damn head. Because you know that was my time. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say I still live in that time too.
at least I didn't call it old school. Yeah, right.
So I just trying to figure out where the hell he was going, but you know me, I'm gonna let it. What is it? You said old school?
Yeah, I mean, I ain't call it old school because that would have been.
So you got to square up. This is your next season. Your next season is you square up and you don't blink. This ain't the season where you talking to people. Oh, what I think. No. Make them look off first. See, that's what's wrong with y'all. Y'all suburbs. Y'all ain't born in the ghetto. You'll never look down. You'll never take your eyes off the enemy.
Ain't nobody stopping my shine. They try to break me, try to take me out, but I got Jesus on.
So you got to square up. This is your next season. Your next season is you square up and you don't blink. This ain't the season where you talking to people. Oh, what I think. No. Make them look off first. See, that's what's wrong with y'all. Y'all suburbs. Y'all ain't born in the ghetto. You'll never look down. You'll never take your eyes off the enemy.
Ain't nobody stopping my shine. They try to break me, try to take me out, but I got Jesus on my side. Feel so bad, I thought.
You know how we used to, because we didn't want to say what we need to say, we put our head down, huh? And then somebody says, okay. I want this year, 2023, our year is going to be like this. Yeah, I said it.
I got no problem with that.
Like you from right. To put it in Rod's terms, like
you heard that right.
Yeah, to put it in Rod's terms, like you from the D. Yeah, I said it. That's what I meant. You get what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to be like that to get what you want done. See, you got to square up, look them straight in the eye. Let them know I'm not gonna buckle. Oh, you don't want to play froggy with me.
If you buck.
Yeah.
If you buck.
You don't want to play froggy with me. You know what I mean? You want to keep that look. You know what I mean? Well, I am truly feeling that ponytail on you, and I'm not just saying it. I really like it. I really do. I don't know what you're doing with it.
Only do it. You said you would. Fight your battles for you. They gon' wonder how you.
Like a comet blazing across the evening sky, gone too soon. Like a rainbow fading in a twinkling of an eye. Too soon. Shiny and sparkling and splendidly bright. Here one day like a perfect flower that is just beyond your reach. Gone too soon, gone too soon. Oh, born to abuse, to inspire, to decline. Yeah, one day, gone one night, like a sunset, dying with the rising of the moon. Gone too soon, 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 gone too soon.
Yes, I love to sweat. Let me sweat. Don't make me cold. I want to sing. I was a victim of my foolish thinking. Carelessly I buried my love in my life. There's no self-pity. I admit I was overpowered by love. I put your name
with your suitcase in your hand.
They say life is what you make it. I'm a legend in the making. I know just what I'm made of. They say life is what you make it, yeah. But I'm a legend in the making, yeah. I know just what I'm made of, yeah, yeah. They say life is what you make it. But I'm a legend in the making. I know just what I'm made of. They say life is what you make it, yeah. But I'm a legend in the making, yeah. I know just what I'm made of, yeah, yeah. They say life is what you make it. But I'm a legend in the making. I know just what I'm made of. They say life is what you make it, yeah. But I'm a
Look at him. Look at him. There you go. Look, Marvin. Look at him. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna join him.
Hey.
Y'all thought I was gonna get it, did you?
I did not expect
Let me
that.
tell you something. There's too much stuff going on right now.
Facts.
Us not to know how to just celebrate. You know what I mean? Literally, there's so much going on. There's a lot of amazing, great things going on. But there's a lot of stuff going on that we need to take every moment we can take and dance.
Mm.
And as Leanne Womack wrote in her song, when you get the choice to sit it out or dance, I hope you dance. Because life is a constant wheel in motion, always moving us along. Looking back on your life, wondering where the years have gone. Because you've been too busy stressing, worrying. Oh my God, what's going to happen? When is this going to end? Is this going to end? Is this going to What are we going to do? And then at the end of this, you're doing all of this, putting more stress on yourself, and not understanding that there are seasons in our life.
Mm.
When I was a child, my mom used to say, man and woman made, put here on earth, will have many days of trials and tribulations. And I didn't know what that meant. See, because in this life, you're going to cry sometime, you're going to laugh sometime. But when you laugh, you better laugh hard, knowing there are going to be days that you're going to cry. Now, if you crying sometimes and there are tears of joy, cry harder. So I'm just saying in 2023, I'm making stronger, more attainable resolutions.
Mm.
I'm not talking about my weight. I'm gonna let you know. Because if I get the inner me, the soul of me right, I've learned that once you learn how to find your happy, your inner light, the rest is gonna come along. It will fall in place because see, all of that sometimes has something to do with what's inside you that ain't right, that's hurting, or that needs healing, or that needs understanding. That if He brought you to it, He will pull you through it. If you're not religious, I got another one for you. I got another one for you. The light is your key. So if you're not religious, find your light. Find your light, because see, darkness is not where you want to be.
Mm-mm.
It is not even, darkness is even a believable word. It's non-existent. It's just a way to describe the lack of light. So now you got to find your light. You got to know that what you're going through is not darkness. It's because you don't know where the light is. And you got to find that. Get them negative people out your way. Start having faith and believing that there is a brighter day, a better day. And if you can look outside and see light, then light has to be in you. Now, the day you look out there and it's black, dark, I'm talking about all day, no nothing, you can't see nothing, then call me. But if you wake up and you open that window and the sun is risen and there is light, look for your light. There's your resolution. That's going to take care of your weight. That's going to take care of that bad relationship. That's going to take care of that BS you've been dealing with. That's the first start, because once you start working on you, you're going to start moving all that other mess out the way. I promise you.
Mm-hmm.
When you start working on you, see, that's the problem. We want to work on us, him, her, them, they. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. And for those of you that are religious, sometimes you got to talk to more than just God. I have some days in here when I'm talking to God, and I say, you know what, Father, I understand what you're telling me, but I need a little more help. So I'm going to need your Son, and I'm going to need the Holy Spirit. I said, Father, the Son, and the Holy. You know why? What you telling me, I understand. But sometimes the child don't want to talk to the parent. So sometimes that sibling or a friend, I saw that, give me my brother. You send him to save me. Okay, let me talk to him right now. Why? Because he came to save me. And right now, I'm in a saving, needing, save state. And then sometimes what you tell me, I ain't really feeling. So I'm going to need that Holy Spirit to uplift me. To lift me. I'm going to need that Spirit to lift me, to make me believe again. Because that's what faith is. You don't need a lot. That's the problem with that too. We greedy with everything we have. We greedy with faith. You don't need a lot. To start with anything you start slowly. Start slowly. If you want to be a microwave person, you're not going to be happy. Because it don't work that way. When it happens though, it does move you fast. But when it's coming to you, seems like it takes forever. Stay on the course. Stay on the course. Stay on Faith Street. Oh, it ain't never gonna happen. Why should I have it? Now you don't move off Faith Street. Because the moment you ask God or whoever you believe in, I believe in God. When you ask for it, it's already done. It's like if my son back in the day before they had Cash App, this is everybody's problem. You did have Western Union, but if not, the child said, I need some money, or you knew they was gonna need it in 2 weeks, you wrote the check, you put a stamp on it, took it 2 weeks, no matter what he was going through. He may have needed that shirt, may have wanted that milkshake, may have wanted whatever, but I done mailed it to the school and the address is on there and it's coming to you. Now, if you stay your butt there, now if you change the address, it's not gonna get to you. I mailed it on Monday. It's a 3-day time, maybe 4. You may not get it till Friday. It's not my problem if you can't wait. Mama already did what you asked me to do. Now you got to wait. See, that's the same way it works. We've just gotten too fast. So if you want to make it in 2023, 3 things. It's a Dionne Johnson guarantee. Work with yourself. Get the inside you right. Get you right. Because it's going to clear a lot of things out. Get your relationship with something higher than you. Because it's going to take that. And that faith, you have to learn patience. Be patient and stay the course. Be patient. Stay the course. I don't like fast stuff anyway. Not too fast because I miss something. You really earn something, you really do it. Watch how you feel. Can't nobody tell you nothing. And it's not negative because you know you done really done this. I did this. I was steadfast. I laid and waited. I pushed hard. I got up every day. I stayed focused. I am here and I deserve it. And what's the look we got for everybody? I ain't no, because you've been here 15 years and I arrived last year. I said, the same person you do. Move over. He said it was wrong. Now, guys.
Amen.
Let the church say amen. I don't know where that came from, but when I feel it, I give it. This is, I'm telling you, because Mari was talking to me about resolution. She's going to talk to you guys about that. And I just had a thought and was thinking, and I am working on myself because it starts at home and then goes abroad. Charity starts at home. You can't go out and try to be charitable. You ain't right. You ain't got your stuff right. It's not going to work well. So, guys, I am your host. Don't adjust no TVs. Don't do nothing. I am your host, sister, mother, grandmother, daughter, Dionne Johnson. Yes, don't let nobody fool you. Don't let the hat fool you. Don't let it fool you. I am woman. Hear me roar. Dionne Johnson, your host. That makes me authentic. I'm special. And here with me is all you see. I'm so special. I don't just have anybody around me. Then I just anybody. This is my sanctity. This is my solitude. This is my light. So I'm not gonna just give it away. I'm like Jennifer Lewis. You ain't gonna take too many more of my sunshines. Folks falling dead at 50. You're not finna have too many more of my sunshine. So the people that I have around me, they are my sunshines. Aside from the family that I have, this is my family. So I give you Mariana. Don't be mad at her because she the no woman. What I need her to do. Because trust me, I need some no's sometimes. Because I'm a yes kind of girl. So I need somebody to say, oh, you crazy? But what you do that for? Take that off of social media. I love it. Can't get enough of it. Facts. Not only she gonna do that, that's the fact checker of the checkers of the checkers. Because you know we used to gossiping. Sometimes when we gossip, it get a little twisted. I don't want y'all talking about us. Don't give a damn if you do. But we want our facts right. Ain't that right, my wonderful sunshine? Then we got big homie Quan. I tell you, if it happened. If it happened. And Quan don't know about it. Stop crying about it. Don't worry about it. It didn't really happen. Check your facts. That's how I feel. I mean, that's how I feel. Everybody got their own. That's what makes a crew. That's what makes a family. That's what makes a team. In mine, check your facts. Now we have, I had to get myself in order. I got to make sure I get all the digging. I got to think real hard, take it to the head, take it to the brain, take it to the tongue, think hard. Did you do anything wrong?
Hold on. I didn't get my posture ready for this one.
So I got to make sure that I've been doing right, you know, when I say this, brother, because I didn't say he was perfect. No man is. But he strives. I said that he is about right. So I got a thing. Now, yesterday, did I remember how she was. Did I help out? I ain't taking nothing. Okay, so I'm ready for Deuce. All right, Deuce. Because you got to be ready for him.
Hey.
You know, because you know you better check yourself for your record. So this is the next senator. Y'all think I'm playing. Y'all better do through this team in this light. This brother is going to be a congressman or a senator. I ain't scared to say president. I'm telling you. If he can dream it, he can achieve it. Don't test him unless you're ready. Now he one of them where they said don't come for me unless I send for you. Because he ain't coming to nobody with no mess. So don't come for me unless I send for you. So what do? We're gonna bring fun, laughter, jokes, a lot of things. We're gonna talk about a lot of things, but we're gonna have our facts.
All day.
We're gonna have our facts.
Get them right.
Yeah. Because if they ain't right, Mark gonna let us know. Rossin already researched. I'm scared. Quan already done found it out before he got to my desk. So we in here now ready for y'all just ready for what we about to bring you. It's a beautiful day. If we can see you and you can see us, you got half the battle won. Now I done did my monologue. I done induced my people. I'm feeling good up in chill. I know that there's a light in me. I know that there's a goal and a purpose for my life that God has, and I believe in that. And I know trouble don't last always. So on that note, let's have some fun. New Year's resolutions, because I was talking about that. You know, I didn't make them this year. I told you what I just set my goal for. But now I know that habits are hard to break, and I bet you a lot of people have those New Year's resolutions. They're gonna eat right. They're going to quit smoking. They're going to quit drinking. They're going to leave other folks' wives alone, other folks' husbands alone. They're going to get their own man, their own woman, you know. And I'm going to also treat my wife right. I'm going to respect my folks. I'm not going to curse. I ain't going to use the word no nigga no more. I ain't going to call no woman no ish. I got all these. And so what you think about this?
Yeah, I mean, it's funny because I read that, you know, in the first 6 weeks of the year, like the majority of people already, you know, quit whatever they came up with. But, you know, I am kind of in a phase myself that I'm thinking, how can I, you know, make constructive changes in my life without falling back? You know, I know a lot about psychology, how the brain works, and that, of course, you know, we have our walked pathways in our brain that we are so used to that change, you know, it takes time, and it takes not only motivation, but also determination and repetitiveness, basically, to make it a habit. But I'm just a little frustrated with the American way, I guess, with all these damn, you know, distractions basically around us. Because even if you feel like you're focused on eating healthy, everywhere you go, it all smells good, you know, just to name something. So yeah.
She right. Even the commercials. Even the commercials.
Oh yeah.
And now Facebook. F them.
Right.
F them. Social media. I can just be sitting with my phone, mind my own business, Mark. I done ate my little carrots and my little celery. And that's all I'm gonna eat today for a minute. I'm gonna eat nothing else right now. I'm gonna drink me some water.
Right.
Then I get on there and I'm just minding my own business. I'm trying to go in and post my stuff and do my business. I look around and somebody come out and they sitting there and they got a fat burger.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the cheese is laying on it just right. And I said, I'm staying away from that beef. I'm gonna stay right away from that beef. I'm not messing with it. Then I turn the next page and they got a slice of piece and they pulling the cheese like this. And then they got this thing called a mud bank. Yeah. They sitting there. I'm saying I'm not frying no chicken this year. They sitting there with a just high, greasy, good-looking fried chicken. I could try to wipe my mouth. I don't know what to do, you know. And I'm sitting there trying to reach in there and get me just a leg, you know, just a leg.
Not a wing, not a wing, a
and
leg.
Ross, next thing I know, I'm downstairs 8 o'clock frying up chicken. Tell me it's gonna be all right.
Right.
It's gonna be all right.
Wow.
Hold on,
that progressed quickly, huh?
Yeah, I'm down there, Ross.
You crying and frying.
It's about 5:30. I'm down there more. I got the chickens sitting there, you know, in the brine. I got the flowers sitting there seasoning. I'm saying, am I gonna make me some fries with it, or what I'm gonna fix with it, or you know what I'm gonna do with it? Lord, you know you're wrong, dear. You need to put this chicken back. You need to bake this chicken. No.
And then the neighbor hears the damn pots and pans again, and they be like, "Here you go, there you go." She good.
I'm saying it because I feel you do, Ross. I know Mari has pretty good willpower for real, so she fussing. But I'll tell you, I make them. That's why I say I'm not doing them. I'm fit to work on me because
you know I have a serious problem right now with the. Can I say brands? Yeah, I can say brands, right? With Rice Krispies covered in chocolate. Those are. I mean,
ooh, those are good. Those are good. Those are good.
It's a problem. I'm telling you, because I looked at the package and it says it has 420 calories. And, you know, I don't like to eat just one, you know, 2 at least. So maybe 3. And then that's close to the total amount of calories that I'm supposed to be eating all day, you know?
Yeah, because you said 400 per each, like for each one is 400.
Yeah, 400.
About 400. Yeah, you just ate a daily serving of calories with 3 of them, man.
Right.
Dang,
that's
and the thing is, you know, sugar, the addiction to the sugar, that shit is real. I mean, it's hard. I mean, I'd be grumpy the first at least 3 to 4 days, you know, be with my blood sugar and all of that.
Yeah, Mari, that just and Ross, I ain't even finna talk to you. You stay on Mari because I'm not even finna ask you about the fried chicken. You know, I'm not because we you know that's why I say I'm looking for the light. I gotta go inside because you need Jesus. You need something stronger with this food now.
See, I'm with Mari on this. Like, so things like fried chicken, I could go, you know, it's not saying I don't enjoy it, but if I'm like, oh, I'm gonna cut back on that. Like, great example, ribs, like pork in general. I was like, I've said it a couple of times, like I'm done with pork, or at least I'm gonna cut back on it. Yesterday there's some ribs right in front of me, and I was like, I'm good, no thanks. But like, I mean, you put, you know, some chocolate. I'm like lately, and I say lately, and it's probably been like 6 months, but like Twizzlers, That's hey, if I don't have a like a pack, and I'm talking about like the family pack of it. If I
How
have
do
a
you
family
like?
pack per day,
How do you like Twizzlers, Ross? Like, how do you sit up here and eat Twizzlers when you know it's about red vine? Like,
oh,
how do
you
you do that to how do you do that to your digestive system? Eating some Twizzlers
You know what?
when red.
That's good. That was good, Quan. I really thought Quan was finna get on him just about the can. Like, how you gonna
Yeah,
open the good,
no.
delectable chocolate? He ain't worried about the red vine, but and believe it or not, there's a debate between what's better, red vine or
Oh
Twizzlers.
yes,
And
it's real.
to me, they taste the same, Ross. Y'all gotta help me.
No, they don't. No, they don't.
yeah, they're different.
No, they don't.
They're completely
definitely
different. Yeah,
Well, which one is
I mean,
better?
Red vines.
look, I'm gonna say it depends on the day.
Mhm.
Twizzlers lately has been Twizzlers, but there have been times when I'm like, oh, I want red vines. So, but I'll say this for sure: Twizzlers. First of all, you can use them like a straw.
Yeah, I was gonna ask that. Okay.
So you use them like a straw, and you can. This combination might sound off-putting to some people, but Powerade and Twizzlers. That's my go-to.
Oh my
That's my
God.
go-to.
I mean, I can't talk about it because I take the Twizzler. That's how I know which one it is. Because I
Are
take
you
the
still
Twizzler.
awake an hour after eating that? Or are you like knocked out, sugar
Yeah.
crack?
I'm
I
up.
want
I'm up.
I want
I'm up for
everybody
the
to
next
watch this
6
and to know that
hours.
I don't agree with these three people who I love about Twizzlers. They can have all the
I
Twizzlers
mean,
they
I
want.
don't.
These
I
did
don't
they're gonna be Quan the red
No,
vine.
I mean, I'm not really that. When I had the Twizzler, I'm glad Ross let me know which one it was. Because I had a friend that made strawberry margaritas and had the thing in there that was like I thought it was a red vine, but I was able to, you could suck it, you know what I mean, like a straw with it. And it was so good with the way that I was doing. I thought it was so nice. But see, I didn't ask. I didn't know. Now I know that it was a Twizzler that she used instead of the red vine. My house, Quan, is a red vine family, if you must know. Because,
Yes.
you know, red vine, Aisha, you know, they will have that tub if you go to her home or if she comes over, and you know what I mean? And you know, the sister, all of them, they're red vine people, for real. But I think give or take with Vet, it could be either Twizzler or red vine. Grandkids, they're more the Twizzler kids. Because I see them more with that. But for me, I don't, you know, I did that kind of candy when I was Ross, when I was young. So until the now or later's, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Those are.
I don't even want to tell y'all the candies because you know my age. But it was just so much of all of that now I am truly cheesecake, pie cake. If I gotta do dessert, now I'm a sucker for a good donut.
Oh
yes.
Yeah.
You know, don't.
Just everybody's on board with donuts.
Don't bring.
So in other words, everybody send Dionne a Krispy Kreme gift card.
Oh my God.
You know what? I'll be up there. Yeah, how Martin, what was the little character name that was always knocking on the door? You know,
the little snot nose kid.
Yeah,
was
always,
that one?
Yeah, nose clean, but I'd be. They better. I hear most of them 24 hours because if they were not, I'd be the one face pressed all up against the window. You know, can I have my Krispy Kreme? Don't do that, cause see, Quan, when you did that, I had a revelation, and that's wrong. You know, cause that was just like light, and everything just really got brighter and brighter, and I could just see it because
and you saw the hot now sign, right? You saw the hot now sign.
Everybody make a donut. I'll tell y'all to make donuts because Randy's is pretty good at this. If you got a chocolate donut and ain't no glaze at the bottom of that donut, you effing up. I don't know how we got on this subject, but Krispy Kreme, that sugar.
That's
I
cool.
promise you, most people that a lot of people that are type 2 diabetic, you can see Krispy Kreme hanging over their head.
Yes.
You know, cause they make that chocolate donut. How they do it?
But you know, it's also. I feel like it's all. I have a conspiracy theory about all of this stuff, It's not even a conspiracy. I feel that it's real. You know, all these basically, you know, rewards when they were promoting the vaccine. When you go get the vaccine, you get a dozen of Krispy Kreme donuts, or yeah, for real. They
I
were
remember
trying
that. I remember that. I
to
remember that.
vaccine. And
Mars
you know,
got
and
folks up there like, hurry up, I gotta go get my Krispy Kreme. So, are any of these donut places like Krispy Kreme in any other neighborhood than the black neighborhood?
Yes.
Yeah. Here, I mean, here they are. Heck, all of them are.
Okay.
All of them are
but
in
come
other
on, it's
neighborhoods.
one
That's what I'm
big
saying.
money
Yeah.
making machine, basically. I mean, even when you go to a hospital, you go to the restaurant downstairs, and what do they have? Everything that you should not be eating because you're in the hospital. You know? So it's like if you take away the food that is not good for us, we don't need the medicine that they're trying to sell us. And then, you know, there's a whole economic, that is probably the motivation for me, you know, to be determined to not eat it anymore. If that would be one of my reasons to say, you know, we're being tricked. But on the other hand, you know, it's the sugar that it says, you know, use.
Talking to you.
But I tell you what,
it's okay. You can do it. You don't have diabetes yet. You know?
you just borderline, baby. Just hold on.
Right.
It be calling me. It be calling me.
Like that crack, man. I said I wasn't, and they go, what happened? And I've done that before. We're gonna talk about that. I've had donuts and said, you gonna eat one? And when they brought them to me, I'm like, why you bring me 12? I don't need 12. I told you to give me 2 donuts. Yeah, I know, but I know you like them. Then you got the half chocolate. Then they got the ones that got the cream in the middle, the white cream in the middle, chocolate on top, the glaze on the bottom. I'm like the little kid, all that white cream all right here. And I'm looking in the box. It's about, I got them about 5 p.m. By 10 p.m. I go down, there ain't nothing in the box. I'm fussing. And you know, who ate the damn donut? You. That's some denial for that ass. But I tell you what's gonna help us out. Y'all know when we had the last show. We how many? Well, we had number 12 or 11 when they were counting for Kevin McCarthy to be Speaker of the House. What were we?
We were at like 16. I thought we were like 15, 16.
We weren't we?
Yeah, 13,
embarrassing.
14.
Kevin McCarthy was more embarrassing. They finally finished it that night. They almost got to fighting. Did y'all see that?
Oh yeah, yep.
They were ready to whoop that guy's ass. They almost got to fighting. And I don't know what they did, but it looked like they went in there and said, listen, we keep on effing ourselves. We can't F up America and everything. Because see, the first bill they passed was this crazy ass tax bill. The thing about us is not black people. The thing about us is we better all start researching what's going on now, for sure, if you never have. Mm-hmm. Because even though none of this stuff will pass because we have the Senate, here's the food for thought. Think about this is we didn't elect these people. I can sit back and watch these licks and because they've hitting at me. Meaning, I know right now we got control of the Senate. But look at when you want to know, except like my angel said, so when someone tells you who they are, believe them the first time. These people ain't told you they done changed, nothing had changed. You sit there and watch this man fight for this position. Anybody that'll fight and be embarrassed 15 plus times or 14 plus times, they really up to no good. When they don't care about how they look, that means they don't care about nothing. When you don't have self-pride, think about it. Something wrong. So now the tax bill that they pass only because they have control of the House. It's not going any further. But my understanding of this tax bill, without a doubt, is it's definitely it's trying to take away what they had, the House and Senate has already passed. Making sure that rich people pay their fair share. They the one you got the money. But then what would happen is supposed to dispel all of that, and then anything that we purchase or whatever we do, we would be taxed you know, as much as 25 or 30%, like they tax when you win the lottery, a little bit more. So even if you're not doing paying tax, you're getting taxed. Now, like I was telling Mari earlier today, when I went in the store to go grocery shopping, there are times, many times, I've been blessed to go in and not even need a calculator. Don't even be concerned. It's gotten so bad, I go in now with a calculator. Why? Because I don't believe it when I get home. I'm swearing they gave me the wrong receipt. Somebody stole some of the stuff I should have had. Because I got maybe 2 bags and a half. And really, 2 of the bags are half full, and I'd spent over $200. I may have 3 meals if I'm lucky. So we're already going through high prices. And you guys, California don't get taxed for food. There are states that tax everything. Now, can you imagine paying tax on your food? Not only are you being taxed on it, 20 and 30% is more than you get taxed for cigarettes and beer. So you and you think you got it rough. So while we're talking about food and Mario, we're talking about resolutions and all this, in 2 more years, if we don't see what they're doing now, we never will. They are not concerned about this country. It is all about them. I don't push Democrat. I'm through doing that. But what I am pushing is for you to start making a clear understanding of who you can have that will represent the people. I choose Democrat right now because I've looked at what we were gaining. There are people that are struggling, don't even have a decent income, and they're able to eat because they're getting EBT and food stamps, which they should, especially how as food is now. They want to take all that away. What do you want to see is a sorry, sick nation because of healthcare, all of this stuff.
So, but what do they say is the positive side about it?
It's nothing. It's just that the rich stay rich and the poor be poor. It is in their mind with that 44.5 mentality. They are also for the way Putin is. There's certain places that are okay that they can't rise higher. You get in your poor, stay poor. If you're born into no money, that's where you stay.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what the whole idea behind it is.
The idea is what I just said. We want you poor here, and you keep lifting us and working for us.
But I mean, rich people need to buy food too.
Yeah, but see, they have the money. Rich people have the money, and then if you're in the House and Senate, like we just said about the young guy that lied, that's gonna be in that office. He's gonna make what, 150, 175,000 a year. And they're not finna do anything. He just sitting there. The Republicans are only keeping him because they need his vote. They can't afford to lose one. He's a House of Representatives. Their seats are already close. So he'll get to sit there. So what I'm saying is, even if you go in and you run for that position, I'm now learning you make at least $175K a year. So if you make that, even if you make that, you're in a smaller state where the cost of living is lower, even though you got to go up and back and forth to DC, you still can manage to have something decent. What I'm saying is that this is all, we have to start being aware of who we're voting for.
Yes.
Strongly aware. Some people really don't care, but our democracy, I used to say, they keep saying this mess just because they want to say it. And I did sometimes. But it's sad that we are in a crisis. We are in a crisis with this Republican Party because they have been so brainwashed. And it was the seeing what one man could do, and he's still twirling it. He's still twirling it. Ross is going to talk to us about Joe Biden because 44.5 has been going back and forth about documents. And now they have found some documents where Joe Biden was, I think, teaching or had something of an office that I think.
Yeah, it was like his old office. Yeah, and there were some documents there. But may I comment on the whole tax bill? Just to explain that a little bit.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Please.
So the idea, the main part of the tax bill, because just like any other bill, there's a bunch of other, they're long. The bills are always long, so there's plenty of other little things in there, like you mentioned, like with the food tax. But the idea is the 1% so the top earners in the nation. The last bill that the House and Senate had passed, it gave extra money, billions of dollars, to go after individuals not paying their taxes, primarily the 1% who aren't paying their taxes. So although the bill that was just passed in the House, but like you said already, Dionne, that doesn't have any chance in the Senate. Although that bill aimed to slash 71 billion of the like $80 billion bill that was passed previously by the House and Senate to increase the number of IRS agents, etc., to go after these tax evaders and get them to pay their taxes. Although, yes, in the short term, it would save $71 billion, but in the long term, it would lose about $140 billion worth of taxes that are just sitting out there not being collected. And then you multiply that, over the next decade or so, and we're talking like now we're up to trillions of dollars in the long run that the nation has lost in tax revenue, that this bill saves 71 billion in the short term.
Wow.
Trillions in the long term lost. So
wow.
Even if you just look at like the benefits, we'll say within the next 2 years, you've already lost, you've got like a quarter of $1 trillion that would be lost in uncollected tax revenue. So
from the rich, right? From the rich people,
right? From the rich, who, by the way, that the 1%, these uncollected taxes, the other, what the 90% of the nation pays. So the lower tax earn, the people who with the lower revenues, the rest, not that whole top 10%, but that first 90% of the lowest revenues. The 1%, they're like, what they make and what they pay, it completely trumps the 90%. So just by collecting from the 1%, you make more than what you get from collecting from
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's right.
Like exponentially.
And you're right. And I'm glad. Thank you. That's why you're here, without a doubt. You're gonna bring all facts. I just kind of sugarcoated as a countryman. They try to take my money. They trying to make sure I pay more money.
Yeah.
But how, Mari said how? I don't know, but I'm gonna be paying more money.
Right.
And you got Ross coming in real saying, this is how. I love it. Oh, absolutely love it. And the thing is, Ross is gonna take over the conversation with about we all are gonna talk about Keenan Anderson. But real quick, Ross, you're gonna take over this conversation. I know you're ready. About what's going on with Biden versus
Biden.
But the one thing I just want to say, because I'm gonna be quiet and stop me, Mari, because I don't need to talk when Ross is talking. The one thing I say, and this is just my thought, and I'm saying it now because I want Ross to weigh it in his head when he starts. When I first heard it, and then I found out where it was, and then they said also at his house they found a few things. Mainly though, they found some things at the place where he worked, where he was at. But now they said, why are you just not telling it? And one of the young ladies who worked for Kamala Harris, that now has her show on MSNBC, NBC. She worked with them. Remember when January 6th? Remember how Trump would not turn anything over to Joe Biden for even after he got in going from behind. What she let me know is boxes and a lot of things got moved. Things happen, and see, he wasn't able to start going through everything, having all these people go through stuff and start trying to look and see if there's anything going on out of place or what needs to be what, or what's bringing my stuff in. What do I have anything? It's like, say you moving, and I'm not defending, but it is, say you're moving and you had 2 trucks coming, and one truck got delayed by like 4 or 5 months. So you just getting settled, getting some of your stuff in. Here comes a whole nother truck. You're busy working down. When you get in, then you trying to get with your people, whoever you got helping you, and you're going through all this other stuff, and you realize that you got some things of somebody, you moved from another state or whatever, that you didn't return. You get what I'm saying? It took so long, and then you know they done already replaced it, and you sending it to them now like, oh, I'm sorry, I just found this. So it's not a defense, but it is a recognition that I get that with the sense of the way they went in half-cocked because of how 44 and a half did that. Because it's unprecedented what happened. I need you to tell me if I'm wrong, Ross. No, this has never happened. When the president, when you win, he still hasn't conceded. He didn't even turn it. He didn't even pass the torch over. Pence did.
Mm.
You know, think about all this. So now I hear you find it, and the minute it was found, the moment it was found, he told them, call, get it to him. I don't have nothing else to do with it. Turn it over to them. When they found the sacrifice, he's like, turn it over to him. Meanwhile, he found it. Now, in the other instance, they found out this stuff was missing, which means, here's the thing. If they hadn't already found out what Biden them just found, I need you, Ross. It could not have been as important as they say. And Biden them could have found it and just left it. Burned it or did whatever, not even put it out there. Am I right or wrong? Because they didn't ask for it. They called them and told them, come get this stuff. Where 44, they noticed it was gone. It was so important. They won't even tell us what it was. And he said, I ain't got it, I ain't got it, I ain't got it. For so long, they had to subpoena and go to his house. Now here come, Mark, please, can I say this? Please. Merrick, go out and grow some balls. Grow some goddamn balls. Do right now, because I don't care what you try to do with those Republicans. Somebody's always listening. You are not gonna pacify them. It's not gonna work. If you damned if you do and damned if you don't, then just be damned. Y'all know this man needs to be prosecuted for what he's done. And why are you scared?
Let's hear what Ross has to say about it.
Go ahead.
Okay, so like Dionne pointed out about Biden's people, they cooperated with when these documents, when it was discovered that these documents were, held in some former office, some, a location where obviously they shouldn't have been, they cooperated right away. They, Department of Justice, look, we had these documents, sorry about it, boom, handle it. And of course, they did that with the first few, the second set or whatever that they found. The cooperation is the main difference. I mean, and just the first starting difference, really. But it really is the main difference, though, between the current president and the previous president and how they handle similar situations. Because obviously, the previous president, he was in line to be charged with obstruction because he wasn't allowing the process to take place to retrieve these documents, and he wasn't cooperative. And so, we've got obstruction there, but with the current president, he cooperated right away. And second, from, the reports that have trickled out about it. What's that, Mari?
Because he forgot where he hid him.
Because he forgot where he hid him.
You don't have to lie because you don't know.
You ain't got to lie to kick it.
Sorry, continue.
No, you're good. It's so obviously, yes, that's a big difference about the obstruction. But the second one is just, it's about like the information contained in the documents, the number of documents, and obviously we'll call it the Biden stash, if you will, just wasn't, it wasn't found to be as significant as the Mar-a-Lago and whatever stash, But
aren't we talking about the connections between the United States and China and Ukraine and all kinds of stuff that they're allegedly involved in, and those are the documents we're talking about, right?
Did you mind the one Trump had? I mean, oh damn. The 44 and a half. The 44 and a half had, right, Mari?
No, Biden.
No,
it was.
I don't know. I ain't finna lie. Look it up, Mari. Fact check. And Ross, Was it? What did
Like I
Biden
said,
have?
the information that's trickled out about him, it hasn't been as concise. So I didn't see anything about international relations in those documents. Because these documents were from way back. They're from
So
the
it couldn't
ones
have
some
been
of the
now. You're right. Good deal.
yeah, they were vice presidential documents.
Yeah.
The word that I heard about what happened and how these documents got to where they were is because during the final days of the Obama administration, I guess the transition, something it was like there was it's just this like general sense of, and this is just what I've been getting from everything that I've read about it. It's just like there's this general sense of it was kind of hectic, and I don't know why for Biden particularly being a vice president, but it was kind of hectic, and he just those documents just kind of got misplaced, and they were, and it's not like they were laying out spread out on the carpet in a place where anybody has access to them, but nonetheless they weren't where they're supposed to be.
Mark, I had a funny thought about it. I think that when 44 had won, Biden had just got over, his situation with his son, because that's, remember, they wanted him to run when Hillary ran. I think when they were so upset when 44 had won, they were like, okay, but sir, you gotta go, I don't give a damn. But sir, you want me to off? None of that. No, I'm gone. I'm out. But let me ask you this, bro. With the situation how it is, what about how you feel about how the Republicans are really trying to flip this? Like, now he's a what is the word? He's a hypocrite. He's a hypocrite.
Yeah, that they're of course they're trying to play it up. Number one, to make it like they're the exact same situation, so that it will lessen any potential punishment that the previous president receives for his negligence. So number one, they're trying to play it up for that purpose. Number two, of course, they're saying there's a double standard, that like the system is in the favor of Democrats, that they don't get punished as harshly for doing the exact same things that Republicans do, which of course isn't true, but that these are like their two, like these are two cards they're playing, and they're going to play them until they can't anymore. They're going to keep playing them over and over again. It's going to be a broken record because they want to have the ability to say to the American public, especially in the next election, look, when we do something, this is how we're punished. Democrats do it, like them, and almost kind of flip the script. I didn't want to say it, but yeah, almost kind of flip the script, so that they seem like they're the oppressed party. They're the party of the oppressed. They're the underdog. Oh,
they're never effing oppressed.
We don't get treated fairly. This country is rigged against us, and
they become the whiners.
Yeah,
you're
so
right. But they have flipped it, and it's almost like it's working. Don't y'all get into the smoke and mirrors, guys? Stay away from the smoke and mirrors. And DNC, do y'all job. The hell are you there for? And I'm not gonna make no long taha so my no girl can stop me. I don't want to have to do that. I want to know my levels. I'm glad she's there because they let you know what tangent my crazy butter go on. And stop me, Mari. Keep stopping me. But DNC, do your job. He shouldn't have to deal with this. You got everybody. Y'all all know what y'all have dealt with this election. Do your job. Get out there and start. He shouldn't have to. He's president. Get out there. The Republicans already doing theirs. Do your job. That's all I gotta say. Now, guys, we're gonna talk about one more thing together, and our guys are gonna talk, not because Mari and I don't, but we're gonna let them talk about sports. There's some games that have happened, some things that are going on in the wrestling world we want to talk about, and so we're gonna really not quick because it's important. I've been researching more about Keenan Anderson and reading, and I see that he was a school teacher.
Yep. English teacher.
Yeah, and I'm trying to figure out what the hell happened, what went on, that this young man was killed. I'm good about conspiracy, so I gotta watch myself. So I gotta watch myself. I know that he's the cousin of one of the founders of Black Lives Matter. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So that leaves me a little shaky. And it tells us too, you know, now my mom, you said, don't tell everybody who your family is. And I said, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it's best not to, looks like. But I still say, Mara, you know me. Ross, y'all, Quan, talk about what happened. Because I don't want to say the wrong damn thing.
Well, here's ultimately what happened. So Keenan was just going through a car accident. There was a car accident that happened, and everything was all routine. Everything's routine as far as him calling his insurance company, the police, everything, all routine. The police came up to him, not to anyone else, but to directly him, and started coming at him as if something else was going on. No word on what the police were trying to do. No word on what they were trying to accuse this man for. They would just go up to him and saying, "Get on the ground, get on the ground." And he's already sitting there.
But from what I understand is he was in a car accident and
Yep.
he had used cocaine and weed, and he supposedly ran into an intersection or something, and then that, I don't know, that's what I understood from that he did.
The toxicity report hasn't came out yet as far as anything in the system, but based on the fact that the car accident was, like I said, a routine car accident and nothing where it was out of the ordinary, and the way the police reacted to him, like I said, everyone's seen the video already. Everyone has seen, you know, the fact that, you know, the police were just truly just didn't give a damn
That's another example.
about the.
Sorry.
Oh no, they just didn't give a damn. They really didn't give a damn about the car accident. They didn't give a damn about anything else. The fact that he was just a black man sitting at this incident, and then from there, you know, it's
But
just.
I mean, even let's say the accident was not that severe, but because he was maybe in shock or whatever and intoxicated, you know, in traffic, for example, then clearly these officers have no clue in de-escalating the situation, knowing how to
Great.
stand down, saying like, you know, everything. I don't know. I mean, it's disgusting to watch the video in the first place. You know, you can hear that he already kind of feels where this is gonna go. It was. Oof,
It was very disturbing. And the most disturbing part about it was the fact of when he was just, like I said, just trying to just do everything in a routine manner. It's like you can see it. You can literally see it from the second.
Black officer, right?
Yeah, you can literally see it from the second that they laid eyes on him. No matter what he did or no matter what he didn't do, the officer made up in his mind, and then his other officers as well made up in their mind that this is what we are going to do.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like you can literally see the intentions, even without seeing their faces, because of the actions, because of the way they were surrounding him. You know, all these things. So it's just.
Well, Quan, I mean, what's your take on, because you know, I didn't know, like, hear about, you know, there being like cocaine or weed, or, you know, him using any, but I did read like the officers, obviously their interpretation of events, you know, may or may not be as, you know, the truth, but right now, you know, we have the video, then we have their interpretation of events. I mean, do you believe though that his behavior was somewhat erratic? I mean, how do you feel about, like, you know, I mean, yes, he is the victim in the situation, but how do you feel about his behavior though? Do you don't think it was somewhat erratic or a little bit disturbing, maybe showing, and I mean, I think Mari said, you know, maybe he was in shock, but just, yeah, what do you think about his behavior?
Well, I would say this, Ross, before I even knew any more about the details of him, and I don't mean this in an unfair comparison, but when I immediately saw that he was an English teacher, when I immediately saw how he works at high schools, when I immediately saw how much he, you know, was involved even before the accident, the first person I thought about was you. And the reason why I thought about you is because, you know, where you're at in Detroit and where you're at in Michigan, you are English teacher. You are involved in these high schools. You are involved with these children and the way that things have been going on in the youth in these high schools. So when I saw him, I saw you. And I saw you and him in the same light because it was just a person of color, and seeing him and seeing the fact that when you're just trying to do right,
Mhm.
and when you're just trying to be a law-abiding citizen, when you're not trying to, you know, get into a scuffle, get into anything with the police, you're just trying to just no matter what the situation was, he was just trying to abide by what the law was doing for that incident and at that time. And for the escalation of the incident to happen where even we're all paranoid whenever we see the police, no matter who we are, no matter who we are, no matter what we are, we always, when the police come around, no matter, even if we're in the right, there's still a paranoia that we have because of our history, because of the whole history of how, like I said, you know, of how the police have done to us and everything, no matter what they are, especially LAPD in Los Angeles. So there's a paranoia already, even with doing right, because we're so paranoid of trying to just to get home, of just trying to be alive after we see the police. Because when almost any person of color sees the police, we don't know if we're going to be alive after what happens, no matter what the situation is. And we can say it's not true, but it is very true. It is very much true in how literally we just want to be alive after we're done with the police, no matter what circumstance.
Yeah, it's scary. It's absolutely positively scary. It is true. The other thing
Here
is,
it says on the body worn cameras shows that Anderson initially stopped and spoke to an officer before the video cuts to a text screen that says he attempted to run away. There, I guess, was a woman who said, "I think that guy up there needs help though because the guy is trying to run away." So, and then when those police videos are edited too, so that's kind of skeptical as well. And
Oh
then when the
gosh.
video resumes, Anderson is seen jogging into the street as the officer pursues him and stops him in a busy intersection, commanding him to lay down on his stomach. So, you know, we don't see the full picture, but you know that they responded in the worst way ever. Let that be clear. I mean, I like you said, people live in fear nowadays. You know, it's all fear. Everything is fear based, and even you know, on the apps like Nextdoor and stuff, I see posts like neighbors being afraid to let their kids play outside because there's a homeless woman living across the street. And then I see people commenting on it like, but are we really into this society now that, of course, you need to keep an eye on it, but it's still a human being living there, you know, being homeless. That don't mean because they're homeless, they're going to be after your kids, you know? So a lot of situations are interpreted from a fear angle, instead of de-escalating or humanizing it and making it, you know, where people are from flesh and blood, and let's look at it from a whole different humanitarian perspective, I guess.
But also Mario as well, even if, for instance, he was standing up and moving around, if you're trying to flag down a car, you're going to have to get up and move around, because if you've been probably waiting, because like I said, we don't know how long he was sitting on the ground. We don't know how long the car accident was. We don't know any of these details. So,
well, one thing about it, not cutting Quan off, there's a lot we need to know. And as Quan said, no toxicology report has been released yet. We need a coroner's report. Now that we know he was in an accident, he could have got discombobulated. They may have assumed he had drugs, alcohol, and all this other stuff in the system. An accident, I didn't know about the accident. Every accident, people don't just walk away and everything's okay. You know, he could have been dizzy, could have been out of himself. You understand what I'm saying? And everything.
Could have had a concussion.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm not defending. That's the side that could have been going on with him. If the toxicology report says there's nothing there, then we'll know. Okay.
But is a preliminary toxicology blood screen not the same? Because that's what they did.
They did what? The little short one where they have you blow in the thing.
It says here a preliminary toxicology blood screen tested positive for cocaine and marijuana.
He was just visiting from out of town, right? I mean, because he's
Yeah, it was from DC, I think.
yeah, he lives and works. You know, he teaches in DC, and yeah, he's visiting family out of town for because it was the holiday break, the Christmas break,
Well,
and
like especially
yeah, I mean,
he could have
might
been
have
having fun.
he might have panicked, and in combination, panicked because of the circumstances, and in combination, yeah, in combination with weed, that
might
he might
stuff on him. You right, Ross.
Yeah,
he might have
panicked, and that sent him to a panic attack, and he just, from there, and I mean,
don't think there was no need. I don't give a damn. Y'all done made me say it. I've been trying to be quiet. Yeah. Still was no need for this man to be dead.
No, correct. I mean, that's the bottom line.
Because if they didn't find a damn gun on him,
yeah.
If he had marijuana and cocaine in his system, and there was an accident, no one was injured, then you still handle him accordingly. Arrest him, make him have to come back, go to court, whatever. Why?
And also, Dionne, they were saying he was resisting arrest as well. If you look at the video, he was not trying to resist arrest. He was trying to just get his arm straight, and they kept on turning his arm like a submission maneuver. If you look at the video closely, and the way the police held the taser to his head, like a gun, to his head.
Why didn't they just tase him in the leg? What the hell? Guys, we'll come back to this. Again, something got to change with this police department, with police. You don't have to kill. There's too many things that you can do that you do not have to kill if there's no gun involved. If that man don't have a gun, if your training can't protect you enough to get him where you need him, no knife, no gun, you should be able to get this man and get him to jail safely. So there's no excuse. The problem is with that. You throw out the drugs and the weed and this to deflect. He's dead.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
He's dead. There's a plenty of people. I've seen people that. No, y'all know, we remember, and it's just, remember the guy that had the long ass blade, white guy that was swinging it? They did everything in their power for hours, so going back and forth with this man, and did not do anything till they could subdue him. They ran, they did everything. There had been a black guy out there swinging that blade, they'd have shot him no matter what. And I'm sorry that I have to keep trying to say this. Being black should not be the crime.
Mm-hmm.
It should not be the death sentence. You judge and execution. You're not even taking them to jail, to the courthouse. It's happening too much. Let's move on. Because we all know the drill. If he did do it, ain't no saints living here. He visiting, he's off from work. That's his free time. That's sometimes when you do little things. You take little chances. You drink, you smoke, you have a little fun. But yes, if he ain't have no gun, no knife, nothing where he could have hurt the police, he should not be dead. He should be in a jail cell or just made bail and got to bring his butt back here to handle. Not parents having to have a body shipped and all of this. And it looks a little sketchy to me. I'm sorry. It does look sketchy. So y'all got to make y'all stuff look good because his cousin is one of the founders of Black Lives Matter. So it looks shady as shit. As shady as it can be. And you're throwing out the weed, marijuana, and the cocaine, and all the drugs, and this and that. And I guess he left a gun at home. But he did, So, guys, Ross, the college football game. Why the hell? I mean, that game looked like they could have mailed that game in.
Yeah, so, man, I mean, where do you start? In a game where a team... Yeah, this is the championship, right? And we've got and they created. Remember, there was a ton of controversy about creating the college football playoff. Oh, and people were mad because there were only 4 teams, me included. I was there. I was like, oh, 4 teams, only 4 teams. How like you're not giving anyone a chance. And then when you see the way that the number one ranked team in the country dismantled the team that was ranked number 3 in the country, and then you're like, and this is why number 1 versus number 2 is all you need for a championship game, right?
Mm-hmm.
But this is what's like so damaging about this blowout loss, TCU Georgia, right? Is that in 2024 the college football playoff is being expanded to 12 teams. How many more blowouts are we going to get now that we have the 12th best team in the country, or as decided by the panel, the 12th best team in the country, going up against potentially, if they end up in a matchup against number 2 or number 1, however it shakes out, if the 12th best team gets on a run, they get hot, and they end up playing they end up playing, like I said, any of the top 4 teams at some point in that playoff. Like, how many more blowouts are we going to see when there are 12 teams? It should be 8 teams. I'll be okay with 8 because 4, teams, they fall. It's college. These are college kids. During the season, kids lose focus. I don't know. They got finals. They got girlfriend issues, whatever. Their head is out of it. The quarterback, so much relies on the quarterback in football. The quarterback, he's got a bad day. He gets sick. He gets hurt or whatever. And you lose the game. And in college football, one loss is such a big deal that one loss could be the reason that you're not playing in the championship or you're not in the playoffs. And so if you're gonna, since we've already decided that, like, and by we, I mean as a nation, we had enough people complain enough that we needed a college football playoff, and we got 4 teams, and then people complained enough, and other colleges complained enough, and now we're going up to 12 teams. But I just think that's 4 too many. 8,
I agree.
And it's too soon. It's way too soon. We haven't had 4 long enough to see how many more of these blowouts we're going to get. How many times has Oklahoma been blown out in the college football playoff? Like every time they make it, and that's Oklahoma, big time program. And so now we're going to add, we're going to add 4 more teams, and then and instead of stopping with another 4, they just jump to, we're going to add 4 times 2. We're going to add 8 teams. And I'm just thinking, like, man, how many more TCU Georgia games?
They're doing it for the money.
And it's all about the money.
But also too, it's like, I just want to say this. So the game was out here in LA, SoFi Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely want to bring up the fact that during the game when it was raining hard, the rain. Well, I don't know if y'all know about SoFi Stadium. It has an indoor-outdoor part. So part of the outdoor part, when it was raining on the TCU fans. So while they were losing, it was literally water being rained on them during the game.
Wow, it looked like
during the
game,
game,
really continuously crying, huh?
Yeah, but to get us to Ross's point about, I really think it should be 8 teams where the number 1, number 2 should get a first round bye.
Yep.
And go from there. But definitely 12 is too much. But I can understand why they're trying to do 12 because they're trying to supplement up the bowl game system. And I get it. And it's a cool idea. It's nice. But I still believe that if you just had 8 teams, 1 and 2 with the first round bye, just like if there was the NFL playoffs, at least you can settle it that way where it mimics the NFL playoffs.
Because I mean, at this point, and Quan, you tell me if you agree or not, but the NCAA they do not want people to look at college football like it's the NFL's minor league system. Like this is where they're just getting ready for the next level.
Mm-hmm.
But isn't that how most of us kind of look at it anyway? Like college football is its own game, yes, but we all know that these guys are playing on Saturday so that they can play on Sunday.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. So, and then also too, just the fact of, and I'm very happy about this, that the NCAA is literally taking their hands off the players, making money, and making money where they legit can have money, for themselves and be able to have money in their pockets.
Yeah.
And even then, that needs to go a step further.
They're gonna do that because it's about money. It ain't a damn thing funny. And like you said, there are reasons for it. And like Ross said, they're playing on one day to play on Sunday. Also, real quick, Quan, y'all think y'all slick. Cause we still didn't get a chance to talk to Ross and Quan. Marty, next week when we come in talking to them about marriage and dating and all that. They gonna get to answer these damn questions. Right now, I'm gonna let
Oh,
Quan
I'll
really.
be glad. I'll be glad to answer because
Yeah,
trust me,
we're
you
gonna do it.
know.
We ain't gonna hold the people long now because what we are gonna talk about real quick. I did
Better
you,
get your
Quan.
dating profile ready.
Now y'all got
Please.
more time to do more, but we are gonna give these guys about it. But right now, I do want Quan to tell us a little bit about what's going on with WWE rather, and Vince McMahon.
My God, where do I start?
Well, we don't
So
have long,
recently,
so I want you to make sure
oh
Vince
no,
get his time and what's going on with him and the young lady that they. And I said Quan would know more about her, but she was on. I'd already heard a lot about her and was hearing stuff through TikTok and all that. But I didn't know, Mandy Rose. I was trying to figure out what happened, and then I
yeah,
happened to see her on one of the Tamara Hall show. And what shocked me was even though I didn't realize she couldn't make that kind of money in wrestling, but once they let her go, she made like $1 million in a day or two on her fans only. So go ahead, take that over so we can, yeah.
well yeah. So pretty much, Mandy Rose was the WWE NXT champion. She was the women's champion. She was the women's champion for over 400 days, and WWE, prior to letting her go and releasing her, gave her warnings internally. So before they let everything out, as far as to the public, internally, she was already getting warnings about her page being too explicit, about how that, and the only reason why she's getting these warnings is because that WWE is at a PG rating. So if they release at a PG-13 rating, or maybe a little more mature, then I don't think that would be such an issue. But being that Mandy Rose and many other women who have been released from WWE, like Saraya, and many others who do have explicit pages, were released by WWE, it's only because of their rating and how they're still trying to make sure they still cater to children and families and those who are of age. But ultimately, she was, like I said, she was reprimanded internally, and she decided at that point to not listen and go from there. But she was already making a lot of money from that page. When she did get released, it just hey, people want to overly support her because of the fact that they loved how she wrestled, and that she literally became from just a cute, beautiful woman just trying to do little moves to an actual wrestler. Like, she really dedicated herself to the craft and really dedicated herself to really understanding what it takes to, sell, as they would say, or get over. Those are terms that they would say on the inside, to describe what she did. But she definitely put in the work to really show that she has value. And so when they released her, like I said, no one really knew the full story. They were just thinking, why are you releasing this woman out of nowhere? And then we're now finding out every detail of the story. So it's crazy. And then at the same time, when that happened, old daddy Vince McMahon came back. And the 44 and a half supporter openly definitely came back with some vengeance. And at least he's at the board of directors, and thank God he doesn't have creative control over what goes on Raw, SmackDown, NXT anymore. But just for the fact that he took a few months off to now come back to the board of directors, which then in turn made Stephanie McMahon, his daughter, resign from the company.
Oh, that was his daughter, because she didn't want him there.
Yeah, she didn't want him there.
Well, I wouldn't want him there either.
Oh yeah, and one of the reasons why she didn't want him there is because he's still dealing with allegations of what's happening, of being sued. And he's being sued by so many people. He's being sued by not only the victims that he paid off with consensual sex, but he's being sued by other entities as well.
Just
and
like
Stephanie was, yep. And so Stephanie was trying to keep him away to not mess with the shareholders, mess with the momentum, and really keep the company, in a sense, clean, to make sure that no one, WWE and Vince doesn't have this. So for him to be back on the board of directors, for Stephanie to resign, and for all these things to happen, it's definitely led them down this crazy slope of possibly being sold. And throughout the week, there has been so many, internet rumors, people making up, oh, they're being sold to Saudi Arabia, the PIA, the PIF group, or being merged to AEW, All Elite Wrestling. So everyone's going to come up with their little story. Everyone's going to come up with their nice little clickbait, and that's great. But until we really see what's going to happen, what's going to develop, we're just like anyone else, just trying to just watch and see.
And we shall see. Everybody stay tuned and find out what's happening. Meanwhile, we got to get out of here. It's sad to say, oh, I know y'all don't want us to go. We just so fun. I know. But this is what happens when you sit down with good people. You want more good times. Guys, this is the quick. Give them something they can feel. Everybody, give them a word or something of meaning, and let's get up out and let the rest of the Friday begin. Ross, I please hope you're going to go do something fun. I'm not asking Quan.
I'm gonna make the most. Of this weekend at least, but it's chill time. Work all week, chill Friday night.
Okay, you heard him, Mari. He poor baby. He chilling, but he chilling. So Mari, you are the woman. As I say, with ladies first. Get the people something they can feel before we get out the bill.
Oh shit! Just keep going. That's all I can think of right now. Just keep going. Make the best out of it. Exactly what Ross said. Try your best. That's all we can do.
Go ahead, Quan. Give them something they feel real quick.
If you believe in yourself, nothing can stop you.
All the way up.
That light.
Keep that light. Well, so what you got for him, Ross? Double deuce.
Do something new and fun this weekend. Just try something new. Not too crazy. Within reason.
I like that. You know what? I ain't never had scotch. I'm gonna try some scotch in a minute. I'm gonna go down to my bar and pour me a glass of scotch. I seen them do it, and I ain't never tried it. God damn it! They gonna say, "God damn it, son of a bitch, she did it."
Make sure you gotta be wearing like a sweater and sitting in a study.
Yeah. You gotta have on the velour jacket.
I gotta do all that.
And a corn pipe.
I'm gonna say, do I need the pipe or the cigar? See how they are?
Yes.
Y'all see how my peeps are. Now I got to get the cashmere, the velour house coat, and I got to tie it up around me real strong, Mara. I got to probably get a cigar. He said a pipe. Then I gotta have the right glass with just enough cubes, like 2 perfect cubes of ice, and then do it right. I gotta act like, okay, all right, okay.
And a little bell that when you want some snacks.
And it's got to be a dimly lit room. Like it can't be all bright in there. It's got
you got a fireplace. It's got these candles.
Yes. I got a fireplace too, so I gotta just sit there with just the fireplace roaring and get into thought. I guess I try to figure out how soon it's gonna be before we can get.
And play some Frank Sinatra. You gotta play some Frank Sinatra in the background.
Sinatra, I can play some Sinatra. I go
on a record. Gotta be a record.
It gotta be a record. Do I need?
Gotta be a record.
Do I gotta have a quarter or the nickel on it, Ross? You know how they said the coin on it to make sure it keeps its pace.
Yep.
Guys, that's what I gotta do then. So y'all see, they've already gave me my assignment. They think I'm playing. I am damn sure going to go do it. And can I achieve this mission, guys? We're gonna find out.
We're gonna see.
I hope I can swallow the scotch, because I don't want to, can't hang. Guys, it has been a pleasure. We are here. Mine is always the same. Knowledge is power. It is your power. Once you have it, no one can take it from you. One can take it from you, nothing but death. But love will always be everything. Love is everything. It is all that we need and more, believe it, because it definitely has the power to cure hate. As we go out of the building tonight, we want you to know that we will be back. As my mom would say, if the Lord is willing and the creek don't rise. So guys, the way it's been raining, I don't think any of us are kind of in that vicinity. It looks like it's getting better. The sun is shining a little bit better. The rain is getting better. Let's hope for brighter days ahead. I will see all of
bright January, huh?
Yeah. I know. I know.
We just started.
I can't have no Krispy Kreme. I can't fry no chicken, so I'm gonna try this scotch.
You
Now
could DoorDash the Krispy Kreme.
See, that's the problem. That's right there. Guys, it has been a pleasure. This is Dionne Johnson. These are my co-hosts, Marianne, Ross, Double R, Double Deuce, Big Homie Quan. We are out the building. We got nothing but love for you. Nothing but love for you. We promise you that as we go out.
Gave me my start as a song. I thank you. He gave me everything that I have, and everything that I have to express in the music business came through Quincy Jones, and I will never, ever, 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 ever forget him for that. And I'm so grateful to all of you for loving what it is that I do. It's my gift. And I'm so glad you appreciate it. I get compliments about this particular song from all over the world and how it's changed so many lives in such a profound way. But for me, it's not only that, but it gave me financial security. Yeah. And so it's my awesome pleasure to perform this with these fabulous, fabulous Berkeley students. Damn! Can I get you to do this? Okay. Gonna make a change for once in my life, yeah. It's gonna feel real good, gonna make a difference, gonna make it right. As I turn up the collar on my favorite winter coat, this wind is blowing my mind, yeah. I see the kids in the street, not enough to eat. Who am I to be blind, pretending not to see their needs? A willow deeply sky, somebody's broken heart, and a one-man soul, yeah. They follow each other, although when you know, 'cause they got nowhere to go. That's why I want you to know, I'm starting with the man in the mirror, and I'm asking him to change his ways. And no message could have been any clearer. If you wanna make the world a better place, so take a look at yourself and make a change. Na 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 na. Been a victim of a selfish kind of love. It's time that I realize, yeah. Never son with no home, not a nigga too long. Could it be, really be, pretending that they're not alone? A summer's disregard, a broken bottle tie, and a washed out tree. Yes. They follow the pattern of the wind you see. They got no ways to be make that change. We're gonna bring the fabulous Miss Patty up.
Oh, 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 they say life is what you make it. Well, I'm a legend in the making. I know just what I'm made of. Oh, 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 they say life is what you make it, yeah. Well, I'm a legend in the making, yeah. I know just what I'm made of, yeah, yeah. Oh, 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 they say life is what you make it. Well, I'm a legend in the making. I know just what I'm made of. Oh, 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 they say life is what you make it, yeah. Well, I'm a legend in the making, yeah. I know just what I'm made of, yeah, yeah. Oh, 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 they say life is what you make it. Well, I'm a legend in the making. I know just what I'm made of. Oh, 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 they say life is what you make it, yeah. Well, I'm a legend in the making, yeah. I know just. Oh, 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 they say life is what you make it, yeah. Well, I'm a